is not a very nice guy and a pretty laughably corrupt one at that.
Let's go back to Hans. Hans, there's something interesting about today, and I don't know whether it's connected, but Bill Shine, formerly of Fox News, has joined the president on his trip to Montana. He's joining as the deputy chief of staff.
Well, I made two things. Number one, Bill Shine is starting off his day by cleaning house, by trying to have a fresh start at his time at the White House and trying to get rid of some of the ethical challenges, the ethical scandals that have been following the president. I also take a second point. He is on the plane, Bill Shine of Fox, formerly of Fox News, on the plane with President Donald Trump on Air Force One. And how do they communicate it? They do it by a good old-fashioned presidential tweet. The Shine regime apparently will not imperil Trump's fondness for Twitter, and I think we can continue to expect, even under Shine, that the president will be making major announcements from 35,000 feet from his Twitter handle. Allie?
Okay, Swin, what are you, Hans and I were talking about what happens next. There are a whole bunch of people around the country either relieved or happy that Scott Pruitt is gone, but the issue at hand here is that people who follow the EPA, I don't know if they've got anything to feel relieved about the direction of the EPA. What's your sense of whether this is a directional change or this was just Scott Pruitt being too much of an albatross around the neck of this administration?
This is a change of getting Scott Pruitt ousted completely, or as much as possible, from the Trump administration, and his to-be successor, Andy Wheeler, as far as I can gather, is set to take upon himself a very similar policy agenda as Scott Pruitt did. So for people, especially liberals, who have been concerned about the deregulatory regime of the Trump-era EPA, they can expect that to keep chugging along apace without all the baggage of all the alleged corruption and ethical lapses.
Right,
so
and that is remarkable. That may be, for people who are worried about the air and the water, this may be a bigger problem, because Scott Pruitt's effectiveness was reduced by his penchant for getting himself into potential ethical lapses. Andrew Wheeler, if confirmed, or whomever else, if confirmed, may not have that. I want to remind you of what happened a few days ago in a restaurant where a woman named Kristen Mink, a teacher, confronted Scott Pruitt with her child in her arms, talking about the environment. In the end said, "Why don't you resign before your scandals push you out?" Let's listen to that again.
In our country, this is my son. He loves animals. He loves clean air. He loves clean water. Meanwhile, you're slashing strong emission standards for cars and trucks for the benefits of big corporations. You've been paying about $50 a night to say that DC condo is connected to an energy lobbying effort while approving their dirty sands pipeline. We deserve to have somebody at the EPA who actually does protect our environment, somebody who believes in climate change and takes it seriously for the benefit of all of us, including our children. So I would urge you to resign before scandals push you out.
I want to bring into the conversation Emily Holden, Politico's climate change and energy